buongiorno a tutti. Welcome to the first episode of Crave Season 5, now as a podcast. I'm your host, Samantha. I'm thrilled to have you as dive into a season of passion from Italian culture and Italian American lifestyle to the heritage and also to the 49ers San Francisco. Crave is more than a show. It's a community where every voice matters and every passion shines, deserves a spotlight. We start this program as a radio, and after many of you requested to change with a podcast, we did. So we can see each other, so we can talk. So welcome to Crave. We are so excited, and also I'm especially excited because I want to introduce one of my hosts and also dear friends, not just the co-workers, Alex Lopez, who bring her passion to San Francisco 49er to our show. Her passion for the 49ers is behind anybody I'd ever seen before, actually. I've been learning so much from her. Together, we're really ready to dive into an amazing experience of passion that bridge USA, American and Italy, from Italian American lifestyle to the heart of football in the Bay Area. Now I'm excited to introduce Alex, and she's right here.
Hello.
Hi, Alex.
Hi.
This is
I don't even know what to
it's
say.
different,
Very
right?
different. We're so used to the radio. We literally did it for almost 3 years.
3 years of live radio.
So
Yep.
doing a podcast is a little different, but I'm very, very excited to put our show in a different platform. It's or a different format. It's very exciting.
Right. So that's why I'm so excited. So do you want to tell me a little bit more what you're going to bring to Crave this season? I can't wait, especially because we are in a football season right now, like everybody knows.
Yes. So that's the big thing right now. The 2024 season, NFL season, is about to start. By the time this is uploaded, it will already be the start of week 2, which is crazy to think about. But I'm very excited to give my fan perspective for the 49ers as we continue this season after a tough Super Bowl loss. Yeah.
I know there is a lot of things going on right now with
There's
the 49ers.
so much going on. We'll get into it in a little bit, but I just wanted to say, because a lot of people may be thinking, okay, what the heck do the 49ers have to do with Italian American heritage, lifestyle, culture, especially if you're not a 49ers fan who is Italian American? Well, like Samantha mentioned, our show is about passions. So while I might not be Italian American, or at least as far as I know, I have to double check and talk to my parents, who knows, I still love learning about Samantha's passion for being a bridge between Italy and America. And I love sharing my love for the 49ers with Samantha because I know she feels the same way. And who knows, as we continue the season, we find different people that are passionate about different things. And, I'm very excited to learn about those passions as well. So, it's exciting, it's different, and it works, which is, I know a lot of people are like, but if you keep watching, I promise there's a connection there's a thread between everything.
And also, I see how nice that we all have different passions.
Yes.
Can you imagine everybody was here right now today with us? We all talk about Italian American lifestyle or any, the guests. It's nice to have something you can looking forward. It's something you can learn. I learned so much from you. I had zero idea about the 49ers. Actually, when my family was watching the 49ers, I would turn me like, okay, I'm going to the other room. Now I'm like in front of the TV.
What's going on?
What's going on? I need to know.
That's something that I love about football and a lot of sports is that it has the ability to transcend across cultures. Anybody can be a fan and learn about the game and love a team and love certain players and have favorite players. And then also there's just another element where you have international players of the sport or players that are multicultural or even fans that bring their culture, to their fandom, to their team.
Right.
And it enriches the game for every single person. You're also able to connect through the games and through the events and have that shared experience. So it really is universal, and that's something that I love about football.
Right.
Yeah.
And remember, Crave is about passion, and this is a sanctuary. We are just like, making this to a different level.
Yeah.
And also, when I was watching, go back to the 49ers, there is a Bosa,
Right.
is Italian. Joe Montana.
Joe Montana.
Is Italian.
Yes.
There is so many players also, they are connected to their heritage.
Yes.
And we celebrate all the heritage.
Yes.
Not just, just Italian or we open to everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah. And we are so excited to have a mini guest. I have a same question I'm going to ask again. Alex, do you think sports, especially football, can serve as bridge between different culture, much like how Crave connects America and Italy?
Oh, 100%. I mean, it's like I said, it's like just something that transcends across cultures. Like it doesn't matter what culture you are, where you're from,
Right.
You can learn about the game and love it. Or maybe you don't love it, and that's okay too.
And it's okay too, yeah.
Everybody has their own passion, their own connection to something. Growing up, honestly, I used to go to the games, and it's a connection with my family for sure. Mm-hmm. But I wasn't really interested, as a kid. Like, I loved going to the games. I loved that my dad would buy me cotton candy, and I would eat the stadium food. But I didn't really get interested in it until I got a little bit older. So you could do that with, like, anything.
Anything, yeah.
So I think it's a universal thing. You may get it, you may connect with it, you may not.
May not.
And even with our show, like, I know there are some people who are going to turn in who want to learn more about Italian American culture and lifestyles. Or maybe they want to just learn about the 49ers. Or maybe they want to learn about both.
Or maybe they just...
or they're just like, what? You know what? Let's see what this is about.
Yeah, and also maybe they want just to see one guest, they said, because we are going to have a different guest. And I want to hear about, that kind of guest. Yeah. What he or she, is going to bring to the show. Can be anything.
Anything. Yeah.
But we really want to shine anyone in the spotlight.
Yes.
So one of the things is very important on Crave is just always Alex and I and everybody was a part of the show to do a check-in, correct?
Yes.
We love to do check-in, get it grounded, see how we feel today, and then usually we move to the show. Yeah.
So how are you doing this morning, Samantha?
There's a lot of things going on.
Yes.
Yes. So this is the first time. This is our first literally season 5, episode 1, and as a podcaster.
I know.
I'm kind of so today how I feel this morning. This morning I feel like definitely connected to the essence of Crave. I feel really, really connected. I know we celebrate and support Italian language, heritage, culture, and everybody, bring their passion on Crave. So it's make me think about a lot how I want to, we want to move this to a next level.
Yeah.
We want to grow, and we want to really celebrate people through storytelling. That's what I really, I feel like just taking one day at a time.
Yes. Okay, before we start a new season of 49er Updates, I'm so excited. I just want to mention that we're filming these episodes a week in advance, so hopefully by the time this is posted, we're 1-0 and we've beat Aaron Rodgers. Something else I want to mention is that I'm so glad Ricky Pearsall is okay. For those of you who might not know, he was a victim of an attempted robbery and shooting on August 31st and sustained a bullet wound to his chest. When I found out, I was totally in shock. I was out to dinner with my family, and we all couldn't believe it. I texted Samantha, like, almost immediately.
Yeah.
I'm still in shock about it, honestly. But again, I'm very glad he's okay. He reportedly didn't need any surgery, and he's been out of the hospital for a couple days. So I'm sending so much love to him and his family and wishing him a very, very speedy recovery.
Yes, we wish you a very speedy recovery. That was shocking, actually. Yeah. Especially you are in San Francisco, downtown, like a day, like 3 o'clock. I don't remember exactly what time, right?
Yeah.
How
I know. And
can even...
honestly, I'm still in shock about it. And also, it's just like... I don't know what to say other than, I'm happy that he's okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into it. Yesterday, I decided to kind of implement my Twitter and ask what Niner-related topics should I talk about today for the first episode. And I'm so surprised nobody said anything about Brandon Ayuk. Well, technically one person said to not say anything about the contracts, but at this point, after everything, I think that I kind of have to. Okay, so for those of you who might have missed it, Brandon Ayuk agreed to a 4-year, $120 million extension with $76 million in guarantees. And I'm so glad the drama is over. I don't even care that it took forever, honestly. Like, the fact that we're done, we're moving on, he's getting ready to practice today, like, that's all that matters to me. I spent, for those of you who don't know, didn't I spend the entire season 4 giving updates of when I thought that he was going to sign the contract? I thought it was going to be like, maybe June, and here we are. But you know what? Again, doesn't matter. Also, I'm very glad that every single player that I have a jersey of is still on the Niners. My family believes in the curse of the jersey, so if he had left, they would have never let me forget it, like, ever. But most of all, I'm so glad he's back on the field. Someone else I can't wait to see back on the field is Trent Williams. And this morning, I woke up to the most amazing news. The 49ers and All-Pro Trent Williams are finalizing an adjusted contract, ending his holdout and bringing him back to the team ahead of their Week 1 Monday Night Football game versus the Jets. His agency confirmed the deal is getting done. So I have to preface this by saying that I had an entirely different talking point last night, and Samantha can attest to this.
Yeah.
I was talking about how he wasn't going to come back for Monday Night Football. I was worried. I know the front office was working on it, but I didn't know what was going to happen. And I was scared. So the fact that I woke up this morning and I go on my phone, the first thing I see is this. I was like, oh my gosh. Thank God I have to go over it and change it. Thank God. I'm so happy to be wrong. I will never doubt the front office. This is going to be used when I'm struggling next year with Purdy. Although I have a gut feeling that's going to be a little easier. I don't know why. Anyways, let's switch gears a little to end our segment for today. I want to do this because I've never done it on Crave. Even when the 2023 season was going on, I didn't do this. And I'm going to have Samantha do one as well. Because like she said, she's learned a little bit about the 49ers, so she kind of knows. Okay, Samantha.
Yes.
How many games do you think the Niners are winning this year?
First of all, how many games do they have? 17?
They have 17 games.
Yes.
Yes. You guys, she's been learning. Listen, you don't realize how tough a sport football is until, you meet someone who doesn't really know at the beginning, right? And
Right.
over time, you're like, oh, wow, like, this is kind of a hard sport to pick up, but you're learning. You're on your way.
I know. I've been learning all the names, which is, it's a big thing.
Yes, that too.
So I'm going to say the Niners will win 12 out of their 17 game this season. I think. I hope, right?
Yes.
Of course I will like if they win 17-17.
Yeah, right.
So
17 and a couple more.
Yeah. Even if they had a really hard time, they've been going through a lot, I really want to be positive.
Yes.
What do you think, expert? Go.
You know what? Honestly, you're being like very realistic. That's a realistic, just based on looking at the schedule, looking at the teams we've played. I'm gonna be a little positive as well, and I'm gonna say they go 13-4. They should listen. I looked at the schedule, like I said, they should go 13-4. But also, like, you never know. You never know. A lot of people talk about, they just lost the Super Bowl. They have the Super Bowl hangover. Is this their last chance?
Right.
You never know. But also, like, I just see the other teams, and I'm like, guys, we can do it. Maybe I'll share the teams I think they'll lose to. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I don't want this to be receipts and then I get cooked on Twitter. Okay.
It would be so nice they win a Super Bowl this year. Maybe. You never know. I hope so.
Honestly, I'm taking it one day at a time.
Yeah,
I can't do anything more because after last year, gosh, it was too much.
It was too much. We can talk a different episode about last year, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. That wraps up our 49ers update for this week. I can't believe the season is here. Like, I really can't believe it. I'm so excited, and I have a feeling it's going to be a memorable one.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for next week's update.
Now we are connected with our journalist, reporter, right here from Italy, Iacopo Gori. Ciao, Iacopo.
Ciao. Ciao a tutti.
Ciao. How you feel today?
Very good, very warm. It's hot in Italy. It's too hot. Still too hot. The summer is no ending summer. It keeps to be very, very warm, but that's okay. It's the 2nd of September, and we're happy to start a new season with Crave, with you, Samantha, with your host and co-host and co-host of the host and co-host and hosts.
Yes.
A lot of host and co-host. It's like as you like we are. As you like we are.
Perfect.
Exactly.
Exactly. What you like, we are. What you like, we are. We are here in the. I'm pretty happy to be here tonight because this is the main room, our meeting room in Solferino, via Solferino in Milan. This is the sede of Corriere della Sera. This is the historic building where every day we meet each other 3 times in a day: 9:30 a.m., 3 p.m., and 5:30 p.m. every day of all year since 1867, 63. So this is our heart of our newspaper. And I'm happy to be here and to start with you and with all your hosts and co-hosts this new season of Crave. Great season, Crave.
Yeah. So do you want to just tell a little bit about yourself? And not only that, what you're going to bring to Crave this season to promote more
I want to bring
language.
to Crave my good feeling for Italy and my good feeling for California. I think there is a huge bridge between California and Italy. Of course, between the USA and Italy, but especially from the Bay Area, San Francisco, and all the California, a lot of Italian people all around the United States, but especially in the Bay Area. And we have a great connection, and we have both good feelings together. And we will talk about what's happening here in Italy, what's happening all around the world, and we will talk absolutely about our desires, our pleasure to travel in Italy, to do things in Italy, to have a good time here in Italy, even if all around us is not easy, the situation. Of course, we're going to talk about news and breaking news, of course, but also everything regarding Italian heritage and Italian culture. And I hope to be just a little bit helpful in this long trip that we're going to have all year long with the Crave third season. For me, I'm going to be old.
Oh my God, third season.
I can't believe
Jacopo
it.
is here for like 3 seasons.
I know.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. Can you believe it, Jacopo?
I will start playing football americano, so you can ask me for different kind of stuff. I know that you want to ask me how cook pasta or stuff like that, but we're going to talk about football americano.
Yeah. Jacopo, anything going on right now with Italian, like any highlight news, anything you want to share with us?
But today tomorrow our newspaper will be open with the Russia-Ukraine war, the first 2 pages, and our website is still opening with this terrible news that came from Ukraine today. And we have a problem here in Italy. It's political problem with our one of our minister. It's a sort of a little bit of gossip and not very good behavior. So the newspaper and the media is asking if he's going to leave the government. So it's a little bit political turmoil, but just in Italian stuff, not. But it's pretty important because the Meloni government is going pretty good since the last 2 years. So we are trying to understand what's going on in the next future. And you have huge questions in Italy now about we call this ius scholae. Doesn't mean in the United States you have ius soli. This means that people who born in the United States, it's an American, is an American person. In Italy, this law is not. We don't have this law, and we are trying to figure out how to handle because, of course, we have many young students that are born here and that from parents that are not Italian, but of course they study here, they grow here, and they are Italians, but we don't have a specific law that take care of this person. So there's a big discussion in the parliament regarding this ius scholae. It doesn't mean that if you spend your time in an Italian school for more than 5 years, you're going to be an Italian citizen, And there's a little bit political discussion between the left and the right part of the parliament, of course.
Right. We don't want to get too.
And then we have we started the season, the soccer season. So we start pretty early this year. Everybody's talking about soccer in Italy, all day long. No, not all day long, but it's important, like football in the United States. But it's a part of our culture, of course.
Right. And also it's September, which in Italy is very, like September, like August, everybody's on vacation. September, everybody's coming back.
No, not everybody, Samantha. No, not everybody. No, don't do this.
He's not.
No, a lot of people is coming back. Usually is August, But 20 years ago, 30 years ago, really in August, everything was closed. If you were here in Milan, 20 years ago, everything was closed. Now it's going to be like 1 week, 10 days. People is trying to switching. And then we have seen that in this last summer, it's a little bit of percentage, 10%, 20% of less Italian tourists all around Italy because the income is not growing so fast. Costs are increasing, taxes and payment and all the stuff. So we have seen that in the last year, this year, people has remained a little bit more at home than instead of going vacation. But we have still a couple of weeks that is pretty nice to be in the city, empty city. Empty city are wonderful. Not, of course, the city art, because in Rome or in Florence, it's so full of tourists. I don't know how so many tourists can afford these huge and warm temperatures. So, but Florence and Rome they were really crowded. Of course, Naples, south of Italy, Sicily,
Right.
it's full of people.
And this summer, Italy was a hit. Like everybody went to Italy this summer. But by the way,
Yeah, that's true.
Jacopo, last night I had a friend.
Now we have Venice. We have Venice in this time, in this Venice Film Festival, it's a little bit important.
Oh, we
The
saw,
cinema
yeah,
events,
George
we have a lot of.
Clooney, we saw
Brad
Brad Pitt,
Pitt,
See,
Richard Gere. We
Jenna
saw,
exactly,
Ortega,
it's a
exactly.
huge.
Jacopo Gori was there. A
Jacopo
lot of
Gori.
Jacopo
Italian
Gori.
actor. Yeah, was
Are you
there. Yeah,
going to the
a lot of
festival?
it is. I was invited as an actor, but I decided to be a journalist. So probably it's better to be a journalist than an actor. No,
Jacopo,
but yeah.
who's writing? Who's gonna? Because I know you have a journalist going to the film festival. Who is gonna go to the film festival to
Yes.
write, piece of what's going on there?
We have more than one journalist. We have 3 or 4 journalists. There are critics
Okay.
about movie critics. Then we have a couple of video makers because, of course, we have a strong online edition, and you need to have people there that can catch a short video and cut it and edit it and put on the website. And then we have just, I think there are more than 5 or 6 colleagues of us there, and they're covering almost 20 hours a day because you have the paper edition, of course, but you have a lot of updates during the day, especially when start coming or when a new movie has been released. So you need to know, it's pretty important because for the first time in the last year, we have a center-right government here in Italy. And so a lot of newspaper and mass media in Italy, they are trying to see which are the new movie that talk about Italy, speaks about Italy, which kind of movie are coming. But what I have wrote since now, it seems to be a good edition with a very, very good quality of Italian directors, of course, and international director, but seems to be a very good edition this year. Seems to be.
How do you plan to engage your community with our local community, and especially those who might not familiar with Italian language and culture?
You mean American people?
Yeah, American or people that you want to kind of expand more our language and our culture.
I think we have a lot of good questions to give to our readers, to our listeners, or how do you want to call them? First of all, we are lucky because we live in a country that is particularly beautiful, but it's not because I say that, because it's obviously, if you go around the Italian cities, even the smaller city or the most remote city, you find always something very beautiful. And I think that what you need to do now, especially in this period of in Europe, if you go in the main cities, it's always overcrowded. It's always full of so many people. Sometimes you have to check out and to find the small village, small place where you can be more alone, less crowded, and to find particular stuff. And then you have to try to go back to the second question, to find the Italian culture, Italian heritage. Doesn't mean our lifestyle. That I don't want to say that's better or worse. I would say that's our culture, and this could be interesting. When I go around abroad, I want to try to understand different culture from my culture. I think this is interesting. Mm-hmm. This is what we need to do. Yeah. Sometimes we have a lot of stereotypes, in Italy. Mm-hmm. So that you go there and you will find some things. I think that sometimes you need to meet Milano, for example. 20 years ago, no one tourist came to Milan. Now Milan is going to be crowded. Milan is not Rome, of course. Rome is magnificent, something amazing, of course. But Milan is a very fascinating city. You can find a good particular exhibition. You can find particular opera, of course, La Scala, lyrics, and locals, and so many things that you are not used, that you don't think to find in it. And that's the things that I think you have to try to show to people that come to Italy. And sometimes to spend more time in a place than going around, spending so much time, so few amount of time in so many places, is better for me to spend a huge amount of time in a singular place that you can really try to understand a little bit in the deepness that place. This is what I think about Italy, but it's my opinion, of course.
Grazie, Jacopo. Now I can see we have our special guest, Dr. Alberta Lai. Buongiorno. From the Italian Culture Institute of San Francisco. Come sta?
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Alberta, siamo qui con Alex, che ha conosciuto, e Iacopo Gori dal Corriere della Sera. È uno dei nostri guest special host. Yeah. We are very excited, Alberta, to partnership with you and the Culture Institute of San Francisco. We are very excited.
I'm also
go.
very excited, and I'm thrilled. And I would like to thank you for this opportunity and for inviting me. And of course, I would like to extend my thanks to the team at Crave, especially for the commitment in spreading, in promoting Italian culture in the Bay Area, and among friends that follow you also from afar. And I would like to take this opportunity also to wish you the best of luck for season 5. And of course, I would like to say hello to your audience.
Grazie, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I have a question. As a new director, because she just one year ago, right? But as a new director of Italian Culture Institute in San Francisco, what are your main goals for fostering Italian culture in the Bay Area? And how do you plan to engage the community? Yeah, please.
Yes. I would like to first. I would like to explain what the Italian Cultural Institute and does. The Italian Cultural Institute is the office of the Italian government, whose mission is to promote Italian language and culture. We are based in San Francisco, but we cater Italian culture to a wider region, including not only the city, the Bay Area, but also Northern and Central California and other 7 states: Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Montana, Utah, Alaska, and Hawaii. We are located in San Francisco, in the financial district, very close to North Beach, which is the historic Italian neighborhood of San Francisco. We try to cover all aspects of Italian culture. This means that we try to promote architecture, design, fashion, music, cinema, theater, dance, etc. Not forgetting, for instance, sport and tourism, and also cuisine. We organize and host concerts, film screenings, readings, exhibitions, talks and conferences. And we try to partner with the major international festivals to ensure an Italian participation. And of course, we also collaborate with local cultural organizations such as museums and universities, galleries, theaters. Of course, my wish is that Italians and Italian Americans feel at home at the Institute. But on the other hand, we cater Italian culture to all locals. This means all communities that create the diverse social fabric of San Francisco. For this reason, our events are all conducted in English. So our film screenings are presented with English subtitles. Our guest speakers speak English or are translated into English. And we give emphasis to those aspects of fields where a language barrier is not there, for instance, dance or music. And I want also to let your audience know that the Italian Cultural Institute is at the center of a large pilot project launched by the Italian government, the first Italian innovation and culture hub called Innovate in San Francisco, where the cultural component is entrusted to our institute. This means that our programs tend also to include technology, research, scientific research and innovation in order to align with the programs of the Italian Innovation Center. And since our events, especially those held in our facilities, are free and open to the public, Italian culture is there for everyone. So I invite everyone to check our website, to subscribe to our Italian, written in English, digital newsletter, and of course to come visit us and attend our initiatives.
The next, you send me the list of the event, and there are so many interesting, inspiring people coming, to the Bay Area. Which one is the next one? The next event we are going to have in the Bay Area?
We have a very dense calendar of events.
Yeah, very rich.
Fall. Very, very rich. We are partnering, for instance, with the Festival of Architecture and the City, organized by the Association of Architects in the Bay Area. And we have invited an important architect from Genoa, Alfonso Femia. He's going to deliver a lecture or be part of a round table here at the Institute on September 10th. And the topic is the urban waterfront, something that could be technical, but it is very important for the city of San Francisco, since there are a lot of projects on how to develop the waterfront of the city.
Okay, thank you so much, Dottoressa Lai. And everybody stay tuned for more information, for more details.
I was remembering that some years ago we had a sort of a Italian movie cinema events in San Francisco. Does it still running? Or I remember probably was in springtime, something like that. But it was very good. I remember one year I met Alberto Sordi so many years ago, and he was in Castro, and he had an astonished evening with a lot of people because, of course, he was a well-known international actor. I don't know if you have in plan to have an event dedicated to the Italian cinema in the future.
Thank you for the question, because one of the projects I'm working currently for next year is to resume an Italian contemporary film festival here in San Francisco. For many reasons, they stopped organizing it. But there is such a great interest for Italian contemporary.
That's true. That's true.
And here in the United States, there are very few chances to watch an Italian movie in theaters, because very few Italian movies are distributed in theaters. So festivals usually are the only chance to explore, to know, to watch, to enjoy Italian movies. So I really foster this project, and I hope we will be able to resume the festival. It will take place, or would take place, to be cautious, in November, in
Great.
coincidence with the Italian Film Festival held in Seattle, because they have been offering the festival till now, and they are going to have an edition also this year in November. So the idea is to team up with the Seattle International Film Festival that organize a sort of a festival, showcase of Italian contemporary movies in November. So thank you for the question, because it allowed me to show how we are also working on future important projects.
Ok, vi ringrazio tantissimo e
Grazie a te, Samantha,
grazie
grazie a
mille,
voi.
grazie e ci sentiamo prestissimo.
Thank you.
Stay tuned with
Stay tuned.
Arrivederci
Iacopo
a tutti.
Gori, yeah, e dottoressa Alberta for more upcoming date. Yeah. Thank you so much. Stay tuned and also check our website, craveshow.com. We are on social media. You can message us. And thank you so much for tuning in our first episode.
Yes. Follow us on our Instagram, crave.show. Tune in every Tuesday for a new episode.
Yeah.
We're on Apple Music, Spotify, iHeart, and YouTube.
Ciao a tutti, grazie. È stato veramente un piacere e ci sentiamo presto. Stay tuned for next Tuesday. Ciao.